episode of This, That, and the Other. I'm your host, Magic, and we're joined today by Jay9, who's been a member since November of 2008. He's got 2,600 plus wins, a 792 winning percentage, owns 74 conference championships, and is the proud owner of 19 national championships. So Jay9, welcome to the show.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Well, we start every show off with the same basic fundamental questions, and that is, who are you? Where are you from? Family situation? How did you choose your ID name? Things of that nature.
That's pretty easy, man. My name's Jason. I live in Tennessee area. I've got 3 girls, ages from 15, 11, and 15 months. My name's pretty self-explanatory. Most people call me Jay around here. Favorite number was 9 growing up, so I just put them together, and that's how I came up with my very basic lane username there.
Now, speaking of which, the first question on the agenda tonight is, do you have any other WIS IDs that you use?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I also have a Husker Fan 58, which I got from a friend of mine to join a different world. I didn't want to make the trek up, so lazy man's version of that. And I ended up taking a dead account and using it. Good thing is everybody knows I'm H58 as well, so nothing hiding or anything of that nature.
No nefarious activity there. It's all up and above board and legit. So yeah. And so what if you did? It's just a game.
Exactly.
Any real life coaching experience, and if so, what sports and at what level?
I did a little bit of coaching, a little bit of basketball, and soccer was probably my main and favorite sport growing up. Did just a little bit. Most of it was travel soccer, so AAU stuff, ages 15 and under. But nothing recent. Been out of the coaching for probably about 10 years.
What is your dream Gridiron Dynasty coaching job?
I've been lucky. I've gotten a few of them. One job I'd like to have that I haven't had a shot at is USC. I've always wanted to try out there on the West Coast and have that elite. I wanted Ohio State, and I recently got that in Wilkes. Lucky, everybody dropped down or left, and they did it at the right time when my resume was halfway decent at Nebraska, so I was able to take advantage of the Ohio State move. But I probably could have stayed at Nebraska, waited a season, and got USC this last year. But you know how it is about timing, man. It never happens and when you want it to.
Yeah, and then if you wait too long, something else happens, and you can miss out again. We're going to go ahead and take a break right here. Don't go away.
Hey, Columbus, we can't turn back without an order from you. I'm not talking while the flavor lasts. What are you chewing? Peach nut gum? We could be in for a long voyage.
I've heard so much about Magic Touch, Campana's new cream makeup. Is it so very different from other makeups?
It's so different that you'll never believe how much prettier it will make you until you try it. Magic Touch is a cream complexion makeup that you apply with your fingertips. No powder puff, no water. You can use it anytime, anywhere. And it literally performs magic for your complexion. Gives you that new complexion loveliness that women are demanding today. The unmade-up look. Magic Touch provides a feminine, delicate, fragile makeup beauty. The Dresden doll-like complexion that women are seeking.
In old Japan rode rickshaws everywhere. But when the kids sat down to eat, they sure did miss their favorite treat. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, tastes great. Wish we had some, can't wait. A story man who heard the kids then clapped his hands and said,
Hi, Kool-Aid keeps me very wise. Stand by, please, for big surprise.
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, so great. Once you tried it, no can wait.
Honorable Kool-Aid, most refreshing, much loved by whole family. Father, mother, Japanese boy, Japanese girl. A package make 2 full quarts, cost only 20 yen, just 5 cents, with lots of ice. So nice.
The Kool-Aid kids are off again to visit other lands. Be sure to join them when they do.
Join them in some Kool-Aid, too.
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, so great. Once you tried it, no can wait.
And welcome back, listeners. Again, we're with Jay9, and we're going to ask him his first question in segment 2, and that is, what area of the United States do you think it is most difficult to recruit at the D1A level, and why?
That's a tough one. I'd say a lot of people would say kind of in the mid, like Nebraska, Oklahoma, up around that area, just because there's not a lot of recruits around. So I would probably agree with that. When I was at Nebraska, you had to do a lot of long range recruiting to fill the roster spots and keep it balanced and find the stuff you needed. So you had to be very strategic in where you went and how you spent your money, because there's just not a lot of recruits in that area. Places like Ohio State and Nebraska, Michigan, Penn State, all those places, Alabama, LSU, Texas, just plentiful of recruits. So yeah, I would say the mid. I would say somewhere around Nebraska, that area there.
When you first started playing Gridiron Dynasty, did you have any mentors? And if so, who were they and what did you learn from them?
Yeah, I did have a few. When I first came back to the game, I had a guy in the same conference named Jay9, who helped me out a lot. Psych-nailed me when he saw me struggling, gave me some great pointers on how to fix a few things that I didn't realize with the new engine. Then he introduced me to, of course, Pete, 61, and everybody knows Pete. Great guy, great coach. Any information he would give you would be worth it in gold. And I've talked to him on the phone a couple of times. Always willing to help. Any question I would ask, he was willing to answer it, no matter what. So I learned a lot from him about how to balance my classes out and how to be competitive. Buddy of mine, RO, as most would know him, we got together in Hayes probably 3 actual years ago, battling over a recruit. I'd seen the sock mail, let him know that he beat me. He sent me one back saying that I could take him, that he had already moved on. We started talking from then and just bouncing ideas off of one another for the past 3 years of just how to try to get stuff together. Mojo, another great coach that has helped me along the way. And then a guy that helped me with my offense probably the most, Grunt Boy. Great guy. Again, just another conference competitor. Started talking and started bouncing ideas off of one another. And he kind of gave me the window to my offense and more or less the passing game and how to set things up and how to be more successful at that. So those are the guys I probably owe a lot to of my success and how I've been able to maintain and be successful.
You mentioned the offensive aspect of that, and that's the next question, is how many offensive linemen do you generally roster?
I like to keep 8. I think 10's too many for me. 8's a solid number. I try to get 2 a season. I don't redshirt offensive linemen, so I keep 8 at all my teams.
Well, what makes your offense so potent?
I guess RO taught me a couple of little secrets there. I won't divulge them because those are his, of how to get the score up, taking advantage of the clock a little bit, I would say. But just getting the ball in the hands of your talent. You guys take advantage of mismatches and knowing what to look for and when to attack.
Good stuff. We're going to take another break right here. Don't go away.
We toast them crisp, we toast them light, you can tell by the taste. We toast them, they're a tasty treat, so good to eat, delicious and light from toasting. Toasted.
And you know what? We like 'em.
In a world where everyone's on and no one's unplugged, where being busy is a badge of honor, where the race from the gym to the office to the carpool and to the kitchen is unrelenting, When your spouse asks, what should we do for dinner? And your boss demands, I need this ASAP every single day. And silence and solitude is only achieved when your phone battery dies. We bring you a new kind of hero. Nothing. Yes, nothing. Just nothing. Nada. No phone, no Netflix, no cooking, no laundry, no Snapchat, no scrolling, no swiping left or right. Nothing is here to save you.
Welcome back, everyone. This is This, That, and the Other. I'm your host, Magic, and we have Jay in the studio today. And his question to start segment 3 is spin the mic. So it's his turn to ask me a question.
All right, man. So I guess with all the movement in D1AA and Wilkes, with the MEAC and the Big Sky loading up and being full, is that something that you're interested in joining if a position opens up?
Yeah, actually, the initial foray into the Big Sky, I didn't make a move in time for that, but when MEAC started the same movement, I did apply. I believe it was 2 different teams, and lo and behold, I didn't get either one of them. So it kind of made me wonder, man, what am I missing? I thought I had a good enough resume. Maybe it was just timing. Who knows? But, yeah, I was looking forward to getting into that. Didn't do it. So hopefully if a third one opens up or maybe a position opens up in the MEAC or the Big Sky, I'm going to roll the dice and take my chance again because I like the aspect of the highly competitiveness of it. You know, granted, it's going to impact my win-loss numbers tremendously to the bad side because there's so much competition in either one of those that you're going to take your lumps. I mean, it's literally anybody can beat anybody any day. So it'll be a good time, and there'll be some disappointing losses and some unbelievable wins in either of those 2 conferences as they get stronger and better. And the momentum from the wins that those conferences are going to have and recruiting money that they're going to pull in, they're going to be dominant. And if you're not a part of it, you're going to be missing the boat. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking forward to getting into some of that action.
Schoolie has done a great job of promoting this, and it looks like the A10 and the Gateway is getting close to maybe being full in the next season or 2 as well. So maybe that might be an avenue you could take.
Absolutely. It might be an opportunity that one of the conferences is more dominant than some of the others, and it's kind of a stair-step thing within D1AA to where, you know, if the Big Sky shows themselves to be the preeminent conference in that level, then the other ones would be the proving ground or the minor leagues for that conference alone. Be interesting to see how it evolves. All right, let's move on with your question, number 2 of segment 3, and that is, do you prefer an empty conference or one with many humans?
I kind of like both. I like having a few teams that a little bit empty so I can relax and just have a little bit of fun with it, and then I very much enjoy the Wilkes. I'm in a great spot. You know, I kind of got started a little bit before some of those guys in Wilkes, so it gave me a little bit of an edge, but just the Hall of Fame coaches and all the great people that are in both of those conferences, it just raises your level of focus and putting everything together to an extreme level. And it's so much fun to go into a game not knowing what the outcome is going to be. It makes you think a little bit harder and try to game plan a little bit more. So I'm excited. I like the full probably better. A little bit more playoff money. You're always playing a human. And that breeds that competition, and it's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it so far.
Well, how much time do you spend on scouting each opponent?
I'll probably spend probably 20, 30 minutes, especially with Wilkes, with the level of coaches that are there. probably 20, 30 minutes of looking over games, definitely looking at games that they've played other humans to see if I can catch them in something that they do. Or and with the coaches that are in that, it's not that easy. They change it up and move around, and they do their scouting as well. So sometimes you just got to roll the dice and just see what happens. But I'd say 20, 30 minutes tops.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for your 3 segments here. Now, the big one is the Pick 10 numbers for the next guest.
Sounds good. I'm going to go with 9, 18, 36, 45, 49, 54, 63, 72, go 81, and then 99.
99. All right. And we do have 100 questions now, so that's perfect. And I noticed that quite a bit of them are divisible by 9. Was that luck or was that intentional?
No, it was intentional. Like I said, man, my favorite number's 9. It's my lucky number. I just try to throw it out there that way. So, no, it was intentional.
Before you go, you got to give us your parting thoughts.
You know, those of you who are listening to this thing that aren't in GD, full-fledged, it's a great community. A lot of friends that I've made through the game that I talked to today, and not just about GD. So it's a great way to relieve a little stress, relax, get back and enjoy and have a little fun, especially if you love sports and being competitive. So for you guys that are in Wilkes D3 and kind of moving your way up, stick with it. There's a lot of guys that'll help you. All you got to do is ask. And these guys are here for you and to help you on your way up. And it'd be great if we could get Wilkes full at D1AA. That would be awesome.
Jay, thanks so much for joining us. Folks, you've been listening to This, That, and the Other.